What if I told you there's a story missing from your history books? A story of black excellence, black wealth, and a devastating, coordinated attack designed to erase it all. This isn't just an American tragedy. It's a calculated act of historical suppression. This is the truth about Black Wall Street and the Tulsa Race Massacre. The year is 1921. The place? Tulsa, Oklahoma. Specifically, the Greenwood District. This was no ordinary neighborhood. Segregation, intended to oppress, became a crucible for unparalleled success. Confined to their own district, black residents poured their resources and genius back into their own community. They created an economic powerhouse. Greenwood was Black Wall Street. We're talking about doctors, lawyers, dentists, luxury shops, theaters, hotels, and newspapers. All black-owned. Money circulated within Greenwood dozens of times before leaving. It was a model of self-sufficiency, a beacon of what black people could achieve when given even the slightest space to breathe. Historians estimate the district was worth hundreds of millions in today's dollars. Imagine the audacity, the sheer power of this success, blooming in the deeply segregated soil of 1920s America. To the racist, jealous eyes watching from the white side of the railroad tracks, this thriving community was more than an inconvenience. It was an unforgivable offense. That success, that prosperity, it had a target painted on its back. The trigger for this atrocity was an all too familiar lie. On May 30th, 1921, a 19-year-old black shoe shiner named Dick Rowland was accused of assaulting a white elevator operator, Sarah Page. The truth, most likely, was that he tripped or brushed against her. She didn't press charges, but that didn't matter. A local newspaper, the Tulsa Tribune, fanned the flames with a headline that incited a lynching. The mob formed instantly. An armed group of black men, including World War I veterans, arrived at the courthouse to protect Rowland, knowing the deadly consequences if they did nothing. They were outmanned, but they stood their ground. A scuffle broke out, a shot was fired, and the dam broke. What followed was not a riot. It was a massacre and a military-style invasion. Over the next 24 hours, thousands of armed white residents descended upon Greenwood. Many were deputized and armed by city officials. Law enforcement and the mob became one. Survivors recount a level of coordination that defies the term mob violence. They didn't just loot, they systematically burned everything. Over 35 city blocks were reduced to ash, more than 1,200 homes and businesses gone. But the most horrifying detail? They were bombed from the air. Private planes, piloted by white attackers, reportedly dropped firebombs, some described them as turpentine balls, onto the roofs of black homes and businesses. It was the first time in American history that a U.S. city was subjected to an aerial attack by its own citizens. The casualty numbers are still disputed, a testament to the chaos in the cover-up. Official records said 36. Survivors and historians estimate the death toll was as high as 300 people, maybe more. Bodies were dumped into the Arkansas River, buried in unmarked mass graves. The destruction was total.
People getting killed and houses, property, schools, churches, and stores getting destroyed with fire, and then someone in the neighborhood saying to leave the neighborhood, if not, we're going to kill all of the black people. It just stays with me, you know. It's just the fear that I have lived in Tulsa since, but I don't sleep all night living there. I'm asking my country to acknowledge what happened in Tulsa in 1921.
And here's the ultimate injustice. Not a single white person was ever convicted or held liable for the massacre. In fact, a grand jury investigation blamed the black victims for inciting the violence, and the event was often falsely labeled a riot, a crucial legal term that allowed insurance companies to deny all claims, ensuring the victims received no financial restitution. This is where the conspiracy of silence began. The newspapers that inflamed the violence suddenly went quiet. City and state officials actively suppressed the truth. For decades, the Tulsa Race Massacre was willfully omitted from history books. It was not taught in schools. Survivors and their descendants, terrified of further violence and retribution, were often too afraid to speak of what they had witnessed. They wanted the story buried. They wanted the world to forget that a thriving, self-made black economic empire was not just destroyed by an angry mob, but systematically annihilated by a coordinated effort that involved law enforcement and private citizens. It was a brutal message. Your success is not safe. Your wealth is not safe. Your lives are not safe. Why is it so critical to remember? Because the legacy of the massacre is more than just a historical footnote. It represents the generational wealth that was stolen, the homes that were never inherited, the businesses that never grew into national corporations. It is a direct line to the economic disparities that exist today. The descendants of Black Wall Street still fight for justice, for reparations, and for the recognition of their ancestors' stolen dreams. They dig up the unmarked graves, they publish the memoirs. They refuse to let the history be forgotten. The Black Wall Street Massacre is not just a chapter of history, it's a warning. It's a testament to the resilience of a people, and a stark reminder of the lengths to which power will go to maintain control and erase the truth. We must speak the names of Greenwood's lost and rebuild the memory of what was destroyed. They tried to bury this history, but the ashes still tell the story. And now, you know it too. If you learned anything from this video, support, or have anything to add to the conversation, feel free to leave a comment below. Please consider subscribing to Zoomalyze and giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you.